All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we had the opportunity to talk to Tim Moore, who's the CEO of Havn Life. And with that, we were able to find out more about their 7 SKUs that they have available at their website, as well as on Amazon. We actually have some content creators that I know personally that have been able to use that. More specifically, Passive Income Investor has been using some of their products to test out, and they were nice enough to send him some free trials, so make sure to check those out on his channel. But we also had the good opportunity to talk about some of Tim's experiences at Clorox and some other companies. And with that, he was able to bring that into Havn Life and be able to bring that to the industry as a whole and see where that potentially can lie. You also learned a little bit about Tim's purpose and why he's so enthusiastic about this industry and why he thinks it's going to be useful going forward. So hope you guys enjoyed the interview. I'll talk to you guys on the next video. All right, everybody, we're here with Tim Moore, the CEO of Havn Life. So thank you so much, Tim, for joining us today. And first and foremost, congratulations about your 1-year anniversary with Havn Life coming up here in September timeframe. Very excited to talk about the company and what differentiates you guys from the other businesses that are coming into the psychedelic space at the moment. So just tell us a little bit about the company itself and what differentiates you guys from some of the other businesses in there, and what's the investor prospectus look like for Havn Life?
Hey, Matt, it's great to see you this morning. I'm glad to be here. We're pretty proud of what we've accomplished. In a very short period of time, we formed a company, raised money, got the team together, went public, and then had the bought deal with Ike Capital. All of that during a pandemic. So it's been a terrific job by the team. I'm quite proud. We feel that what we're doing is different than the other players in the space on a few fronts. First of all, we have a very clear path to revenue. We launched our first 7 SKUs of natural health products last week. We're now in revenue both through retail shipping to our customers in British Columbia, as well as on our e-commerce site, yourhavnlife.com. And we'll be live next week on Amazon. So that puts us in revenue on our non-psychedelic, however, psychoactive compounds that support our strategy of cognitive health and human performance. On the psychedelic side, the restricted compound side, we have our facility up and operational in Jamaica to validate our processes, both on cultivation and extraction and refinement. And we're working with a GMP compliant facility there that will allow us to export to our supply customers in the United States, Canada, and Europe, while we await licensing of our more permanent and scaled facility in Vancouver. As you can imagine, Health Canada is a little distracted right now, so their normal license cycle of 270 days is more likely to be closer to 400 days. We didn't want to wait, so we set up a facility in Jamaica where the legal backdrop is different, and we're validating all our processes and getting down the learning curve on our SOPs.
That sounds interesting. So it's not necessarily just a psychedelic company. It's also kind of like a health and wellness company involved as well. So I think that differentiates you a good bit, where there are some folks that are strictly just waiting on clinical trials and stuff of the like. You guys are actually producing a product at the moment. And tell us a little bit about where you guys are producing, or people can grab your products. And are you distributing in the United States and all of Canada, or how is that looking at the moment for you guys?
Yeah, so we are different in that we are doing psychedelics. The challenge for people that are on a pure clinical trial model, it's a binary model, and you're asking your shareholders to hold their breath for 3 to 5 years and hope that there's no bad news, because a single bad result and it's a no. We're working on that side as a supplier of API to the people that are running retreats, running psychedelic-assisted therapy clinics, and doing clinical trials. So that allows us to get into revenue in psychedelics now, not 3 to 5 years from now. We're supplementing that with the complementary business, the nutritional supplements business. That's currently available on Life at yourhavnlife.com. It's available next week at Amazon. And it's also going to be available this month at both Nesters markets and Choices markets in British Columbia. We'll be adding more retailers as they come online, expanding across Canada. But currently we can ship to Canada or the US from our e-commerce site. So go to yourhavn.com, yourhavnlife.com, and you can order product for Canada and the US.
No, it seems like a very enticing investor prospectus, in my opinion. One of the key things that I definitely wanted to touch on when I was doing some of my due diligence is your great background in some of the companies you've worked with before that might help you lead this company going forward and have the ability to be a great leader of Havn. So do you want to tell, I guess, the audience a little bit about that and why that experience is going to help you drive forward?
Yeah, so personally, I've got 35 years in consumer packaged goods. I spent 18 years at Clorox. I spent 7 years running the North America Brita business, both food service and retail. Our leadership team includes people with significant backgrounds in nutritional supplements. Our chief science officer spent a couple of decades at Jamieson Health. Our chief operating officer, Jenna Poser, she's got 18 years in nutritional supplements. And the chair of our board, he spent a couple of decades at Jamieson Health as well. So we have that deep background on how do you breathe life into these things and get distribution and have the quality, have the advertising promotion that's necessary to pull it through. And frankly, anyone that's worked in consumer packaged goods knows that for us to take concept through shipment in less than a year during a pandemic, it has been fairly significant. And like I said, our first 7 SKUs are available, additional SKUs are in development.
So what you said that the additional SKUs are in development, which ones that you see in the pipeline are the ones that most excite you, right? Because I know I've seen some of the products and I know people that have used some of the products, some of the other YouTubers that I work with behind the scenes, but I'm very curious about what products are coming out, energize you, and which ones you're going to be most proud of.
Yeah, so we're getting into functional foods. We recently announced that we purchased a manufacturing facility that has an existing business. It's in the business of premium teas. And so what we're going to do is functional teas. We're going to take, and if you think my consumer training has me start with what's the use occasion. So you wake up in the morning, you want to wake up and be alert. You have a cup of tea that has a mushroom supplement that helps you to be more alert. You're going to bed at night, you want to relax, you want to go to sleep. You take a tea that helps you relax with a mushroom supplement that helps you to relax and go to sleep. It's the middle of the day, you're working, you need focus. You drink a cup of tea that has a supplement in it that gives you mental acuity and focus. So look at the use occasion, build the product for that. That's what our focus is.
No, that's interesting. I've seen the CBD infused teas, I've seen the CBD infused waters, but I've never heard of psilocybin infused. So that's interesting to see. It's a new thing that's kind of come to light for me. So that's awesome to hear.
So Matt, just to be clear, we're not using psilocybin. That's a restricted compound. We're using other mushrooms and plants. So things like lion's mane, reishi, cordyceps, rhodiola, products that fall under the same rules as melatonin, chondroitin, ginger. Okay.
Yeah. So match closely to what the other 7 SKUs that you have out at the moment.
That's just in a different use form. So 74% of people take nutritional supplements on a daily basis. So we can leverage that consumer behavior with our capsules, the products that we've just launched. But a lot of people also drink tea. And so you can capture additional use occasions by leveraging that behavior rather than the consumption of supplements.
Interesting. So do you want to tell us a little bit about why you have such a firm purpose within HAVN and why it's your life's work? Because obviously you had a very successful career at Clorox and also Brita. Why end your career at, say, HAVN and build this business?
Yeah, so, it's a pretty personal and intimate motivation that brings me here. I have 5 sons. The oldest will be 36 next month. The youngest is 24. Before I tell the story, they're all fine, but it hasn't always been that way. 2 of the boys have anxiety disorder. I had a suicidal 14-year-old who was institutionalized for a while. My youngest son has Asperger's. My middle son got hit by a drunk driver 6 years ago and was critically injured and didn't work for a couple of years. And thanks to the medical pharmaceutical industry, he became an opioid addict. So I spent 2 years watching him go through that. It was really sad. Ultimately, it was cannabis that saved his life. And that got me into the cannabis space 4 years ago. But when I saw the promise that psychedelics offer for anxiety, depression, PTSD, anger management, substance abuse, and I feel that we're in the industry of hope. We offer hope to people to get back to normal. I look at what we went through with my sons, and frankly, we medicated them to make them easier to parent, not to make them better. Because the best that a person today can really hope for with anxiety, depression, is to get to the point with self-medication or prescriptions or some combination that they're numb enough to get through the day. And that road leads to suicide far too often. So what psychedelics offer and the industry that Havn Life is participating in, we offer the hope of getting back to normal, to wake up in the morning and look forward to the day, to spend time with a significant other, to look forward to going on vacation. Because the way that the psychedelics work on the brain is they actually change your function. They don't just numb you and remove you from that pain. They actually change the way that your brain works and the way that you process the trauma that's causing that underlying indication. So, we're proud to be building a supply chain to support that industry. We feel that we'll be able to help a lot of people. It's a huge and growing issue. 11% of the population has mental health issues. Anxiety and depression is a multi-billion-dollar pharmaceutical opportunity. There's billions of dollars of lost productivity, and there's millions of people that are suffering, and we can help them. So I'm looking forward to this industry and to Havn Life's participation in improving people's lives.
Wow. Well, Tim, I'm just going to say, I mean, you seem like the right person to be leading Havn Life, and that personal background as well as your experience. And man, it's an interesting business. I'm happy to see that there's a differentiator between you and some of the other businesses. You were already selling products, 7 quality products, which I know somebody personally that's actually using them. They're actually super excited about trying them out. And I'm not exactly sure which ones he's tried as of yet, but I'll make sure to give him a phone call and see which ones he's been trying. But that differentiates you hugely. The fact that you're already selling some of these other supplements and waiting for the other half, the psychedelic half, to kind of come into fruition. But that means you're profitable this year alone, and you are also going to have additional products coming out. And you're also somebody that has the great opportunity to lead this business and has the experience to do so. So very much excited about hearing more about Havn Life in the future. Is there anything else that you want to add before we sign off today?
No, I just want to again say I'm very proud of what our team has accomplished. It's a small, if you've worked in startup, there's small teams, there's all kinds of challenges. Layer in the pandemic and working remotely, and we've accomplished a lot, and I'm really proud of that. And I see great momentum against the milestones that we've got coming up. So Matt, it's been great meeting you and being with you. I hope your viewers enjoy this. I look forward to talking to you again soon.
Absolutely, Tim. Thank you so much, and I'll look forward to having you on the channel again soon.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you.